Now at 6, Freeman Health System gives MSSU a big donation. Plus, some students in the 4 states head back to begin their first day of the fall semester. And Quapaw Public Schools have to reschedule a week of events due to storm damage over the weekend.
The 4 states' most watched news starts now.
Missouri Southern State University gets a 7-figure gift. This is KOIM News at 6. I'm Dow Quick. Missouri Southern started classes today, and Freeman Health System helped them kick off the year with a $1 million gift to support the future Roy Blunt Health Science Innovation Center. The center will provide immersive learning opportunities for students going into the healthcare field. That includes a simulation hospital featuring a NICU, acute and critical care rooms, and X-ray suites. In recognition of the support, the university is naming 2 learning spaces in the facility, the Freeman Skills Lab and the Freeman Simulation Classroom.
This is a very natural partnership for Freeman Health System. We depend so heavily upon Missouri Southern for training healthcare professionals. So these new programs are going to benefit the entire region, but not just today or next month or next year or 5 years from now, but for generations to come.
The Roy Blunt Health Science Innovation Center is expected to be finished by the fall of 2026. Students also started their first day at MSSU and NEO. For Young Lions, today marked the first day of online classes as well as classes on campus. One student tells us the first day back is a great time to meet people and maybe even join a group or two.
MSSU has great extra activities going on. We have Color Wars, Campus Grays, and so many other activities that we can join and make new friends and learn more about the people who are interested in the path that we are interested in. So that other activities and clubs has made the transition phase a lot more easier for us.
KOIM photojournalist Ty Parks takes us for a closer look at both schools' opening day tonight on KOIM News at 10. Students at Pittsburgh State University headed off to their first day of class today. The university will hold a variety of back-to-school events for students returning to campus for the fall semester. It'll be throughout the week, including first-day photos as well as community and involvement fairs. School also resumed for students in USD 250 in Pittsburgh. While today marked the official first day back at school, 6th and 9th grade students actually went back to class Friday. That shortened day allowed those students to get used to their new schools and schedules. You can go to KOIMnewsnow.com for more back-to-school stories. Back to school didn't start so smoothly for some parts of the 4 states. Quapaw, Oklahoma Public Schools had to issue a revised schedule of events in the wake of storm damage to their community over the weekend. Many of the changes impacted the high school softball team. Also, class of 2025 car wash has been canceled and many other events will be rescheduled. Families needing an update to rescheduled events can go to KOIMnewsnow.com where we've provided a handy link. Some of us got a bit of rain today. Let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Doug Hetty.
Yeah, we got some scattered showers and thunderstorms out there this morning. Of course, nothing strong or severe like we did see on Friday evening. And then once the sun popped out, it turned out to be a pretty good day. 85 in Joplin. We sit at 84 in Pittsburgh, Monette 83, 83 in Bella Vista, Welch 84, Chanute a little warmer at 87 degrees. Through the evening, we slide back through the 80s, 70s into the 60s. So we're going to actually have very comfortable overnight lows really over the next couple nights, which is nice to see. Any showers we had out there earlier, these are gone. Pretty much clear skies, a couple little random showers, which will stay out to our west. We do have a weak wave that will give us some clouds and maybe a random shower for us tomorrow. But look at our temperatures as we go into Tuesday. Still very nice. Our neck of the woods, the extreme heat stays back to our south and to our west. But we are going to start to get a little bit of a warming trend as we go through the next few days. We're going to talk about all those details here in just a bit.
Catch you then. Joplin police believe 2 early Sunday morning shootings are related. The first happened around 2 a.m. Police responded to a home with a large gathering of people at 830 South Grand Avenue. They found a man with a gunshot wound, rushed him to the hospital. Then about 30 minutes later, just a couple of miles away, officers responded to 811 South Massachusetts Avenue. where they found another man with a gunshot injury and took him to the hospital. The JPD says the second victim was shot at the first location, then apparently drove off before contacting police. Authorities are investigating, but at last report they had not made any arrests. First day of school for Pittsburgh means football season's just around the corner. John Dales has a preview coming up in sports. But up first, KOAM's Tanya Bach tells us about the germs that might be following your children back to school and how you can protect them with a dose of prevention. As children across the 4 states head back to school, they're not alone. A lot of germs are going to be joining them in the classroom. So how can you keep your family healthy? Well, KOAM's Tanya Bach gives us a dose of prevention from the experts.
Where are you going? Are you going to do the monkey bars? Come on, go to the next one.
Chelsea Walker is enjoying the final days of summer vacation with her 2 boys, Corbin and Elijah. But with the new school year comes the same old fear.
I mean, it's inevitable. Corbin has a great immune system. Elijah does not. So I worry about Elijah getting sick a lot this year with Corbin going back to school.
It never fails. When kids go back to school, they tend to bring home a lot more than homework. Germs, bacteria, and viruses that can lead to pink eye, flu bugs, and a constant stream of colds.
Elijah's been sick a lot. We were last Christmas, we ended up in the hospital, and then it was almost like clockwork. Every month after that, we would end up in the hospital. He caught every single virus. And a lot of the time, parents don't realize that whenever your kids come home, they might not show symptoms, but then they just bring it home too.
Prevention is key, and with 80% of infectious diseases spread by touch, hand washing is important. Mercy pediatrician Dr. Omar Mohammed says there are other things you can do too to keep your family's health in check. For example, setting a strict nighttime routine.
Following a schedule to making sure we're getting 8 hours of undisturbed sleep will not only help us feel better in the morning, but also limit our fogginess when it comes to learning new things and whatnot.
Trouble falling asleep or staying asleep? Try putting your screens down at least 1 hour before bedtime. That gives your brain a chance to wind down and signals your body that it's time to sleep.
But what we don't realize is if we do not follow that sleep pattern that our brain is used to, our natural melatonin production goes down, and that may keep us awake.
And when it's time to wake up, don't forget breakfast.
The carbohydrates that we take, our brain uses that as fuel. Our brain is the only organ in the body that relies heavily on carbohydrates to process information or be awake and help us learn new things.
Dr. Mohammed says after a day of learning, healthy snacks high in protein, carbohydrates, and natural sources are best.
Fruit snacks is huge, and then watermelon and cantaloupe. We try to do fruits and stuff like that, and of course if he really wants, he likes popcorn too, and just little stuff until not something so much on his stomach that it's going to ruin his dinner.
Walker's family is swinging into another school year, aiming high.
Another underdog? You're already going really high.
And preparing to face whatever challenges lie ahead. Tanya Bach, KOAM News.
Dr. Mohammed also recommends staying hydrated and getting a daily dose of vitamin C. Tomorrow at 6, we're going to look into common back-to-school sports injuries and tips to prevent them. We're going to meet a 6th grader who's ready to get back on the field after a broken bone sidelined him last fall. A little bit later, a former Gorilla trades in his red and gold for the blue, green, and gray of a pro football team. John Dale's going to have his story for us in sports.
Plus, a nice temperature sticking around as we go through the next few days. We're going to look at your week forecast coming up.
Dizziness for tonight's weather camera footage of downtown Joplin sits atop the Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex, home of Connect to Culture and Spivus Center for the Arts.
Well, of course, it turned out to be a pretty nice day for us today. We did have some scattered showers and thunderstorms yesterday and then through the morning hours for us today. But this afternoon, plenty of sunshine. Looks great. Here's a nice shot of our Cornell Arts and Entertainment Complex. Tower cam, of course, 7th and Joplin Street. We're looking northeast right through downtown Joplin. All right, temperatures. We should be into lower 90s. Anything lower than that, we'll definitely take. 84 in Nevada, 83 in Monette, 83 in Bentonville. Jay sitting at 87, 86 in Grove, 84 in Iola. Neodesha checking in at 85 degrees, and we aren't alone. Look at the entire Central Plains, KC, St. Louis, all the way down to Little Rock. The extreme heat has been kind of shoved back toward the south and to the west, and that's where it's going to sit as we go through the next few days. Looking outside, 85 is where we stand right now through the evening, 80s, 70s, 60s. In fact, temperatures tonight, lower 60s, so very comfortable across the region. Let's look at your temperatures over the next couple days because they are going to stay fairly nice. By morning, 62, 63 degrees. We are going to have some clouds kind of march through late morning, early afternoon. There could be a spotty sprinkle or a spotty shower. Not a big deal. Some midday clouds clearing out during the afternoon. High temps, low to mid 80s. Very similar to what we've had today. Tomorrow night, again, we back down. Lower 60s for overnight lows. Wednesday, we go back up into the mid 80s for highs. So temperatures stay very pleasant as we go through the next couple days. 64 to start on your Tuesday. 79 by noon, 82 by 4. High temp right around 85 degrees. All right, any showers we had out there earlier, these are gone. A few spotty little guys out to the south of Wichita, but overall we look pretty good. There's a weak little wave, eastern parts of Colorado, and that's what will give us a few clouds, maybe a random sprinkle tomorrow, but mainly big dome of high pressure is in charge. That's what we're going to see as we go through the week. In fact, let's march through the week. So as we go into Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, high pressure slowly inches toward us, and that will give us a slow, very slow warming trend as we head into the weekend, and then all the way into early next week with just some hit and miss showers. But I really think the next few days are going to be fairly dry. Let me walk you through the second half of the week. On Thursday, upper 80s, looks good. Partly sunny skies. Heading into Friday, a little bit hotter as we jump into low to mid 90s during the afternoon. We could get a few thunderstorms in here Saturday morning and then clearing out by the time we head into Saturday afternoon, but high temps mid 90s, so it is going to be hot. A few random storms once again by Sunday morning. Again, these are going to be very hit and miss, but Sunday is going to be hot, and we stay kind of hot as we go into early next week. So the bottom line is make sure you enjoy the nicer temperatures that we're going to see over the next few days. Overnight lows, lower 60s, 85 tomorrow, 87 on Wednesday, 87 on Thursday, and then 90s creep in as we head into the weekend. Not extreme heat, but hot.
Yes, but as you say, atypically low for this time of year. And the fact that we're getting rain means the lawns are greener than usual.
I know, it's pretty nice.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. Hey, to be the first to see breaking news, weather, and sports, including our 2024 Pigskin Preview, all you have to do is download the KOAM News app. It's available free of charge in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. Just search for the KOAM News app. Still ahead, Pittsburgh High School football hits the practice field for the first time this season, and a former Pitt State Gorilla gets another shot at making an NFL roster. John Dale says those stories and more. It's coming up next.
Look, here's a phone company who wants us to use our phones less.
That's ironic.
Yeah, but in a good way.
Your share of $10,000 in cold, hard cash.
Oklahoma and Missouri high school football teams are just 11 days away from their 2024 season openers. But across the border in Kansas, things get started a week later. So today is the first day of practice for all our local schools in SEK. The Pittsburgh Purple Dragons are on the practice field for the first time in the fall 2024 season. After a 5-4 campaign that ended with a first-round playoff loss in 2023, PHS returns a strong senior class that's hungry to change things in 2024. The Purple Dragons are driven by one particular phrase: discipline, accountability, and toughness.
D-A-T, discipline, accountability, toughness. That's kind of our motto. And discipline, it's doing the little things right. Starting behind the line, not jumping off sides, knowing the count. And then accountability, holding each other accountable, who can we trust, who's going to show up day in and day out and give us their best, and then toughness. That's something that we're going to pride ourselves on, and part of that is being mentally tough.
That's what you have to be a Dragon. So we're just trying to breed that with everybody, even the older guys. They got to make sure they have it going into the first game, going against Emporia, going to every week, make sure they have that with them.
As long as we're disciplined, we're going to be able to do our things right. If we hold each other accountable, that ties into team chemistry as well. And then if we're tough, then there's not going to be many people who are going to be able to stop us as long as we're all tough.
Week 2 of the NFL preseason wrapped up last night, and a couple of Pittsburgh State 2024 alumni are fighting for roster spots. Defensive back Rico Payton had 3 tackles and a pass breakup for the Saints against the 49ers. And former PSU All-American tight end Devin Garrison signs with the Seattle Seahawks. He was a free agent after going undrafted, then attending rookie minicamp with both the Green Bay Packers and Minnesota Vikings this spring. Garrison is one of 2 tight ends to sign with Seattle in the last day. The other is Michael Ezike, a 2022 grad of UCLA. This comes after 3 of the Seahawks tight ends have suffered injuries. Well, the 2024 MIAA men's golf season is less than a month away. This morning, the defending conference tournament champion Missouri Southern Lions have one of their 2024 seniors receive All-American honors. Trajan McCray is named to the All-American team released by the Black College Golf Coaches Association this morning. This is the 2nd consecutive season that McCray has received All-American honors from the BC GCA. McCray is one of 5 golfers in the country to be named to the All-American team. He graduated from MSSU this past spring after a collegiate career that also included being named 2023 MIAA Golfer of the Year and 2 All-Conference selections. Switching gears to Division I college football, the AP releases its 2024 preseason All-Americans today as well. And Mizzou wide receiver Luther Burden is a first-team All-American. The Tiger Jr. is coming off a 2023 campaign where he hauled in 83 catches for just under 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns. Burden's the only Missouri Tiger to receive preseason AP All-American honors. And to Major League Baseball, fresh off a sweep of the Reds, the Royals back at home to face the Angels. Kansas City has won 3 of the 4 games against LA this year. Back to football, like I was mentioning, Rico Payton on the Saints this year has a real chance to make their 53-man roster, so that's a name to look out for.
Absolutely. Fans will be watching closely for sure. We'll be right back.
The Silverback Fund is our annual
hero.
Here's a look at what's coming up on KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14 tonight. Pitt State announces free online mental health counseling now available to students. Plus, we're going to have more on the first day of classes for students at Missouri Southern and NEO. And if you're planning to travel abroad anytime soon, we're going to have some tips to help you avoid getting caught off guard by surprise fees. Those stories, a lot more, of course, it's coming up tonight. KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. The Lamar Free Fair is underway. While the annual event actually started on Friday, visitors can come out and enjoy the carnival and vendors of all kinds, plenty of booths and art shows throughout the week. Country artist Clay Walker is going to perform on Saturday night. This is the 81st year of the Lamar Free Fair. Nice. Pretty good fair weather at the moment.
Yeah, temperatures are going to be great. In fact, overnight lows we're dropping back into lower 60s, which that's very comfortable. You can actually open up the windows, but you got to shut them during the day. 85 tomorrow, 87 Wednesday, 87 Thursday, 90s return by the weekend.
Final sports note.
Andy Reid announces today for the Chiefs preseason finale, the starters will not be playing on Thursday against the Bears.
I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah.
We don't want any injuries at this point. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you right back here for KOAM News at 10. In the meantime, don't forget the coverage of the Democratic National Convention starts at 9. Let's make it a great evening.
Closed captioning on